Arcad the Black there, he's like, yeah, nah, etc.
Well, we've seen what Saviour can do with Cetra, so
We have.
looks like he's speccing the abilities on him as well. I like to see that.
Because you can tune out a little bit of money if you know you're not going to use something. Put that money somewhere else that maybe you know, gets you a slightly better unit in some scenarios. Looks like it's gonna be Lord Skrulk here, which is a heavy caster pick there. Again, Skrulk I'm pretty sure has the Plague Lore, which means he's got a lot of those summons. He can summon, I think, both types of Plague Monks, right?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Yeah.
Definitely
Those
a lot
are-
of menace from below.
Yeah.
Now, one of the advantages Skrulk has on the campaign map is, you know, that menace from the below that you just get passively. So that's obviously not going to be a factor in this battle necessarily. Wonder how much that's going to weaken Skrulk. So the Tomb Kings have a very robust frontline infantry option in that they can get their Tomb Guard to hold the line and have their Nehekaran warriors kind of dish out the damage while the archers deal out more damage from behind. And it looks like that's the composition Saviour's going to be going for.
Oh yeah.
A lot of infantry. I think that actually, let's see, 1,500.
That's a lot in infantry. We got 2 units of Tomb Guards Halberds, so they are expensive, and then 3 Nehekar warriors. I feel like we could stand to see another unit of like skeletons mixed in there just for the bodies.
I think he's at the money cap. Cetra and that construct are
And
very
that War
expensive.
Sphinx. Yeah, that's true. Back at Arcanesboon, it looks like we still just have Scroll picked, so no other choices.
Wait, how do you switch between them? How do you?
I just click on their icon.
Oh my god, it's a power I don't have.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Oh,
if
I bet
click
only
on...
the spectator host can do it. I guarantee
Probably.
you that's it.
So yeah, I just click on the Khemri banner, and I can look at him, and I click on this.
Okay.
Banner.
You know what? Saviour, I guess, did have a little bit extra money. He is going to
Whoa, yeah, he did.
go for some skeleton spearmen and get some Ushabti without the great bows. He's also going to veteran see the War Sphinx.
And I think this could work out really nice. I mean, this army definitely has a strong bent toward... Oh, actually, he's getting rid of some of the units, so we might see some changes.
Yeah,
but,
he's...
it has a strong bent towards, I feel like, anti-infantry. The Khemri and War Sphinx and those Ushabti, both absolute damage powerhouses, especially against, you know, a lot of what I feel like Arcanesboon can field as a frontline here.
Okay, so he...
Wait, he can't get a Lich Priest if he gets Cetra, can he?
Well, Cetra's a lord, so I would assume he could have one sorcerer.
Wait,
right?
let me reread what it says.
Because like every lord
if you use a
can cast
general
spells.
spell, it says if you use a general spellcaster, you can't use a hero spellcaster, and vice versa. But I think that's aimed at only giving you access to one lore of magic.
Okay. I'll type it in
Is
the
that how
chat
you
then.
read that as well?
I don't know. I don't even really get that rule because they both use the same lens of magic, right? So.
Oh, he says he would need to remove the spells from Cetra.
Okay.
He would need to remove all the spells from Cetra? Yeah. Yeah, that would be allowed, I would think. I'd like to see him bring a Necrotect, though. He's got 2 constructs. They have a really strong construct heal. Ooh, okay, so now we're starting to get a look at the army for Arcanesboon. We got Lord Skrulk. Obviously, he's going with an assassin as well. So far, he's put in 2 units of Storm Vermin with Halberds, as well as the Council Guard, which again is the ROR of the Storm Vermin with Halberds.
Okay, so Saviour is not going to go with removing spells from Cetra. He's reverting to his second formation that we saw here with the Ushabti and the more robust front line. Wait,
there we go.
There's never mind. Never mind.
Like
okay,
yeah. He threw in a Necrotect. I like that.
Isn't he? What does he do?
He does not, because he doesn't have any lore. He has no lores of magic. He just has some.
He's the construct healer.
Ability.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he can heal constructs. I think he's got like an ability that makes constructs better around him. But just taking a look at Arcanesboon's army, a lot of clan rats with spears and shields. We got a lot of storm vermin with halberds, a warp, or not just any warp lightning cannon. It gets zap, the ROR of the warp lightning cannons. Huge amounts of anti-large here in this army for Arcanesboon.
Well, that's going to help against the Sphinx in the Ushabti, but not much else.
I mean, Cetra, right?
Did he bring his chariot? I'm not able to see that.
I can't see that either. So he is about 600 cost on Cetra, above Cetra's base cost. So Cetra's on something.
It may be heroin, it may be a chariot. We just don't know. He's on something. What he's on.
I think he's probably on the War Sphinx, to be honest. Because I think I remember that's how much it costs. But it could be his chariot. Either way, that makes him a large unit. And there we go. Rounding it off is Arcanesboon with a unit of rat ogres and a few units of Warplock Jezzails.
Looks like Saviour's ready to go.
Yeah. It looks like he's just adding in skill ranks right now is Arcanesboon. He is good. Saviour said he's ready. They're both ready. Here we go.
I'm really excited. Both these players look like they're coming in with a plan.
Yeah, I do think that Arcanesboon's army lines up really well here. I mean, the power units of the Tomb Kings here are kind of shut down by almost everything in his army. Now, I still think that his front line can trade out pretty well because, you know, it's not like there's a lot that's great against that, but these Jezzails are going to melt a War Sphinx, and if you combine that with Storm Vermin, like, they're going to kill it. And the cannon? Like, I don't know, dude. I can't see this War Sphinx getting really much of anything done.
Well, okay, so if Saviour can push his archers, push his infantry to the front, and engage all those anti-large troops, and then save the Sphinx for when they're all really battered and bruised, he might have a play here, especially if he can get the War Sphinx in on the ranged units of the Skaven, which are their primary damage dealers, along with the Plague Monks, But
even if he keeps it back, right, there still is that cannon on the field, which is the ROR Warp Lightning Cannon, which is... The cannons are anti-large, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, like... I think this is going to be an uphill battle here for the Tomb Kings, really heavy. I don't know. Here we go, though. Let's take a look.
Looks like they're spawning at the bottom of the hill for now, Revolt. No, sorry, I apologize to the audience. Oh!
Moving it back.
And they're gone.
Yeah, I always do that. Whenever I start my formation, I drag everything and I get it out of my way so I can, like, I don't know, for whatever reason, like, not having that clutter is a mental thing, and it helps me kind of focus on where I want things to be. I would expect this cannon to probably be put up on this slight hillock, just because units like that do typically tend to benefit from having the higher angle on it.
Dude, the Warpfire Jezzails are so cool, just as a unit, as a concept, like the way they play. I love them so much.
Yeah. And even just the way they look is so fucking hilarious. Like, the two rats, the one's got the shield. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, he is on the Chariot of the Gods, is Cetra. And it looks like the Necrotect is on a Chariot as well. I really like that choice just because it gives it a lot more maneuverability. The thing is, though, like, these... Like, Storm Vermin halberds are still good holding units. And I think they're gonna hold decently well, even against like the Nehekara warriors. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it won't be
So
a value trade, but I don't
our
know.
first unit to fire is going to be the Warp Lightning Cannons. Yep, there it is. First shot goes into the Skeleton Spearman. Second shot to the Nehekara warriors. He is connecting with the Nehekara warriors.
Yeah, but I mean that's a totally fine target there for Saviour. He does not mind if that's firing at that. It looks like now it's retargeting onto the Ushabti. That's a much better target for it. Although still, it's actually missing a decent number of these shots. Here come those Jezzails, and ooh, now we're seeing the Ushabti start to take some serious damage.
Yeah, I don't like how spread out Saviour is here. He needs to be rallied around his lord. He needs to maintain the binding. These Ushabti are going to get melted before they can do anything. And they don't have the great bows either, so they're melee units, and they're just standing there taking shot after shot after shot. These Warplock Jezzails are so accurate. Every time they pull the trigger, and Ushabti is getting destroyed, they're gonna retarget.
And Cetra got
Arcanesboon.
ambushed. Like, Cetra was running around the flanks there, those rat ogres were in the trees and they just popped out, and now, instead of having, like, to being able to bank into the army, Cetra's now kind of on the run behind and far away from everything that he's allied with.
Okay, Cetra's still going to try and pull along the back here. Spells need to start being casted. The Winds of Magic should be at around 25, 26 right now. The Ushabti are melting in the back for Saviour. Oh no, the Camarine War Sphinx!
Yeah, it's in a lot of trouble. Skrulk, as well as 2 units of Planarets with spears. Not the Storm Vermin, but still anti-large units, which is all, pretty much everything he has is anti-large. That War Sphinx taking a lot of damage.
Okay, the Tomb Guard with halberds are closing in on the left. They should win against these Storm Vermin with halberds. The front lines are clashing, but Saviour's taken a lot of losses closing the difference. However, Cetra is in on the Warp Lightning Cannon, and that's going to remove a key unit from the battle for Arcanesboon. Actually, Arcanesboon is dropping the cannons and running them towards the Storm Vermin, but unfortunately the route goes off anyway. Warplock Jezzails are trying to target down Cetra, and every shot just deals so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, now the front line is... We see that fight starting to develop. It looks like it's going generally in favor of the Tomb Kings, but the question is can he keep this Sphinx alive? Cetra is going off for another charge here on the other side. It's going to get him a lot of damage, and it was a shaky start losing this Ushabti, but if he can keep Cetra and the Necro Sphinx alive, this is still a salvageable spot here for Saviour.
The Plague Monks come in from behind. The Tomb Guard are caught between hammer and anvil. These Clan Rat spears are going to be saved. They are going to hold for now, with the Plague Monks dealing out a ton of DPS from behind. Archers pouring in damage on these Storm Vermin, but unfortunately, they're just not breaking fast enough. Rat Ogres coming in from behind are going to rout the Nehekaran warriors. They're blanking. The Warplock Jezzails routing the archers from behind.
Oh, dude, and a huge spell goes off on the Tomb Guard with halberds back on that other flank. That is one of the power units here for the Tomb Kings, and he's done such a good job at using his magic to negate that. The War Sphinx is at critical binding. It's going to start crumbling, and it is. And
well, so Saviour made a very risky play. His lord needs to be in the middle to hold the binding, but instead, Saviour splitting off the Necrotech, splitting off Cetra to deal with these Warplock Jezzails, and he will get the win there, but it's going to come at a great cost as his front line melts.
yeah, and Lord Skrulk is still in the fray. He's getting debuff spells in on this, and he's really trying to take out this unit of Tomb Guard halberds, which have been surviving so well. But now it just feels like there might be a little bit too much on them. They are starting to take some serious damage. And let's see, in the background, Cetra is still going strong. He's getting charges off. He's routing units. The Cause Fear, Cause Terror on that has been really good. Oh, big problem for him, though. The Storm Vermin Halberd are starting to shred this Necrotech, which I really feel like needed to get a few heals off on.
Well, there's not going to be a Sphinx to heal in a moment. It is crumbling. there needs to be a heal on it immediately, or the Necrotect is going to be useless, as well as the Sphinx. However, Skrulk, or the Assassin has been routed for Arcanesboon. Skrulk is taking damage on the left, and the Storm Vermin Halberds have finally been routed. The Clan Rat Spears are shaken as well, but the Sphinx has fallen, so...
Yeah, the Sphinx dies, the Necrotect dies, and we're getting into a late game scenario here, which means for the Tomb Kings, there is a summoning of Ushabti. That is a potentially game-changing maneuver that he has available to him. He can spawn this in, really turn the tide for himself in one of these battles.
These Rat Ogres are going to get caught by the Tomb Guard. They were crumbling these archers, and the archers are still crumbling, as a matter of fact. However, Tomb Kings are, the Tomb Guard are going to shore up the defense there. However, Saviour's entire front line has melted. He needs to re-rally here. He has very few pieces left on the chessboard to deal with this. The Ushabti have been summoned in, and they are chasing down the Assassin. Skrulk, though, is fine. This is almost like a dummy hero, and every second spent chasing the Assassin is a second these guys aren't in combat, and they will disappear off the board eventually.
Yeah, here they go. They're going to get themselves engaged, and again, they have that armor-piercing damage. They're a summon unit. He just wants these guys in to get in as much damage as possible. Another thing to remember, I'm not sure how the Winds of Magic are looking for him, but we have a full health Cetra here, which means potentially some spells as well. I don't know. I mean, like you said, he needs to get everything together to make sure he does not crumble. Like, if he crumbles, he will lose what's a decently even scenario really quickly here. That's a really good spell there, I think.
Oh my god. Yeah, the Ushabti were critical, and look at that. The morale is back for those Ushabti. The Rat Ogres were not routed there. They were pulled back by Arcanesboon. Excellent control from the Diablo 3 item.
They're still holding strong too, and there's a buff, 44% physical resistance. They're going to keep holding, and they've dished out so much damage here.
Oh man, Cetra routs the Rat Ogres. And there he drops the bomb. Those Rat Ogres are not in good shape. I misspoke, I guess. Okay, there they are. They're broken. So they are going to run away. Cetra is at full health, and this could be the time for Saviour to go snipe down Lord Skrulk.
Yeah, that's really the last remaining critical piece here. There are the Council Guard over here on the left side, but they're starting to take a lot of missile damage, but they're actually killing the archers. And these are archers that I think that Saviour really needs to protect right now. They have the ability to dish out a lot of damage for him, and he can't let the infantry just kind of waltz up and take him out.
Well, both sets of archers are pretty much out of ammo. I think there's 2 shots left on the one still with ammunition. Yeah, 2 shots.
Yes, that's true. So they are.
This is up to Cetra.
Really
There's a unit of skeleton spearmen on the left that I think that Saviour just entirely forgot about. He needs to enter his archers into the melee.
The rats are chasing Cetra. The rats are chasing him.
Unfortunately, Cetra will disappear from the battlefield if all his units rout. So he needs to start dishing out damage. He needs to get into the fight, and those skeleton spearmen need to help.
Oh, another huge pestilent breath goes off on the Tomb Guard with halberds. I don't know. This is close. He's still got Cetra. He really needs that unit of spearmen that are far away, but I think that a small numbers advantage, or a big numbers advantage here in the late game is going to allow Arcanesboon to just kind of mop the rest of this army.
If the infantry melts, Cetra is gone. Cetra needs to fight. He needs to fight here. The clan rats expire. If he can snipe Lord Skrulk, this is still doable, but every second...
Like, leadership could break really fast here for the Skaven. That's cause fear and cause terror on that chariot, so... But as long as Skrulk is alive, this army will probably not rout.
There's the bomb! An entire unit of clan rat spears will get deleted. Oh my god!
And a few about to rout! Oh my gosh, this could be insane. We're seeing huge leadership losses here for the Skaven. One unit's broken, a few more are routing. He needs that unit of skeleton spearmen. He's mobbing completely onto Cetra, trying to get us around on him, dish out that damage to the Rat Ogres.
Cetra can always bully. Cetra can always bully his way out of these mobs. He's got to go fast, and it looks like Saviour is unleashing the trap. The Skeleton Spearmen are back here. They're ready to help out Cetra. Unfortunately, he's lost every other unit. So we're going to see a kind of reset. It's going to be Cetra, and it looks like 90 Spearmen against the Skaven Horde. The Skaven Horde not looking so hot, though.
And the cause fear, cause terror. Like, think about how low his leadership is already. Cetra can just kind of outmaneuver this army if he keeps those spearmen alive and just break this army down. And after 3 breaks, you're shattered and you're not coming back.
Those Clan Rat spears are shattered. A lot of these guys, especially the Rat Ogres, have been routed twice. What else is shattered? Okay, the other Clan Rat spears are also shattered. The Rat Ogres finally shattered. Oh, as Cetra comes in and people get into the range of his spear, another unit shatters.
Ooh. Yeah, I think he needs to turn around. I don't think he wants to chase these guys off forever. Just because if he allows these spearmen to get sniped, I mean, he's screwed, right? Like, okay, there, that's broken or shattered.
I think...
Oh my gosh, down to the wire, dude.
I think, I forget what the spell is, but I think he's waiting for another bomb on Cetra, so he's going to run in, explode, and then back out.
Yeah, because cause fear, cause damage, and damage dealt quickly are all leadership debuffs.
There are, it's 91 to 153.
Yeah, oh my goodness. So he spots the assassin. I think he needs to go in with Cetra first. I think he definitely needs to go in with Cetra first.
Oh, just the presence of Cetra is causing such a leadership debuff.
The rat just like, oh shit.
Another Clan Rat spear is on the blink.
To stop it, Victory absorbs a charge here. With
He's gonna... Okay, so he's gonna try to get the charge bonus off on the assassin. That assassin can deal out a lot of damage on Cetra if it's allowed to. There's the bomb! Not the best, but is it enough? The spearmen are routing. It's broken. This is it, the final battle. 2 units shattered for Arcanesboon!
2 got it! That's a broken.
Rat Ogres are broken. It's just the Council Guard. The Council Guard are very strong units.
Oh,
but Cetra's at full health.
Oh.
It's Skrulk and his Council Guard. The Spearmen have regained their leadership.
This is insane.
The Rat Ogres still have the chance to rally and get another charge in once they get out of range of the enemy units.
Yeah, a few of these units might come back a little bit here, but Cetra's plowing through.
Cetra's putting in work on the Storm Vermin. They're down to 600 health. Skrulk is going to be alone.
Okay.
Yes,
so
they are unbreakable.
Yeah.
But they are not looking too hot, down to 450. For perspective, the Skeleton Spearmen have over 2,000. Skrulk is shattered! Skrulk is out of the battle! It's just the Council of 13 Guard!
Like, and there's only like 4 of them, dude. Ah! Council of 13 has been whittled down to a lot less than
150 health!
The last rat. Look, this
the
is the
final
last rat.
model!
It's gonna die, and Saviour is gonna take game number 1.
Cetra bowls him over with the chariot. That's the final unit for Arcanesboon. And in a huge upset, Saviour takes a game off one of the favorites to win this entire tournament.
Oh my god, dude. That is certainly the best game we've had in this tournament so far, Renegade. You know, a lot of our battles so far have been good, but, you know, they've kind of played out predictably. I mean, there were just so many twists and turns there in that fight. Started out initially looking really good for Arcanesboon as he got a lot of damage. He killed those Ushabti before the engagement began. But in the end, the micro that Saviour put in on Cetra there was just immense. Oh, what a game. What a game, dude.
What? That was a battle between 2 sportsmen, Revolt. This is, you know... casting can be filled with a lot of boredom, a lot of the same meta plays, whatever. That was exciting. That was fresh. That was 2 titans slugging it out at damn near equal skill. Saviour, it looks like, is going with Lothern this time around.
Oh, is he switching you, or is he just switching around? Like, do we know that for sure?
It's not 100%.
Okay, I don't know if after that talk about reading, I don't know if they're reading the chat, so. Okay, so it's gonna be on Oakenham. Oh, I hope we get another game like that. I mean, these guys putting on a show for us, Ren. Putting on a show.
Indeed, they are.
And you gotta know, I mean, Saviour's a guy, you know, I feel like that can ride his highs pretty hard here. And, you know, that's got to be such a big confidence boost in game number 1. To know that, you know, like, you're not really expected to win this. We kind of joked that I joked that Arcanesboon was going to beat him earlier, and to just come out like that and, you know, play him down to the wire and take the dub, huge confidence boost. Grimgore's Ard Boys. Looks like who it might be coming out here for. Yep. Tyrion. So what do you think about this? High Elves versus Greenskin.
I mean, it really depends on what kind of roster Saviour goes for. Greenskins, you know what they're about. It's gonna be It's like Terran. Mekr.
You say that, but guess who we picked as this lord?
Who do you pick? Skarsnik?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was about to say Mekr bio, goblins or orcs.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be Gabos, dude. I wish Google was watching.
So Arcanesboon is trying a kind of meta play. Something that could be, you know, I can't see his army composition, but something that could turn the tide in Arcane's favor would be some nasty sculptors with the spitting loons to take out the elven frontline very easily. A well-placed spitting loons can kill hundreds of infantry and get a morale rout right off the bat.
That's got a cool name, right? The Spinning Loons.
Ooh, okay. So Saviour is going to go for a wizard, and looks like he's removed a significant amount of spells from it.
I just messaged Google. I said it with the link, and I said it looks like Arcanes might be doing a Gabo build, and he said, "Ooh." So far, neither of these guys picking out any units. We have a giant river troll hag. Which
Let's get Google in on this cast. Get him in here. Tell him to shut off fucking Warcraft.
That would probably take too long, to be I mean, if you want to, we could try.
Isn't he playing soon too?
Well, no. I'll talk to you about that off stream. But it looks like Ris3n Guard and Swordmasters of Hoth are going to be the front line here. 3 units of Ris3n Guard, 2 units of Swordmasters. Pretty straightforward there. Ris3n Guard, really great holding units. Swordmasters of Hoth, obviously great anti-infantry.
Yeah. You'll notice Saviour getting the Broeth out before the Hoeth. Sorry. Go men.
Oh, Renegade.
Oh,
Renegade.
me. Channeling my inner Ris3n.
So it looks like we're going to have 2 units of Sisters of Averlorn as well. Never do that. As well as a Chariot unit. So far, Saviour showing a proclivity towards these Chariot units. Maybe kind of something stylistically we're about to see. And, you know, we certainly haven't seen enough of each other to start saying, like, oh, this is this guy's style. But it would be interesting if we saw that start to develop, you know?
Yeah.
Looks like 3 Snotling pump wagons coming in here, as well as... Okay, no, it's a mixed army. It's not a full Gabo army at all. It's got a lot of orcs in it. It's got some Savage Orc Biggins. It's got 3 Boar Boys. It's got a unit of Goblins. It's got some Orc Boar Boy Biggins, a unit of Stone Trolls, and those pump wagons with spiky rollers.
How many Gabos does he have in the army?
He's got Skarsnik. He's got... Oh, he took them out. Just Skarsnik and the Snotlings, I guess.
Huh. Well, because Skarsnik gives a buff to those goblins. So, Very
Yeah, but it might
intriguing.
just be he wants to pick for cost. But even then, you'd think just take like an Orc War Boss or something. So I apologize, Google. He might not be doing it. I thought he would, because he picked Scar.
Now, Saviour does have the battle difficulty set to normal, so he's going to be facing an easier version of Arcanesboon.
It's true.
That's how that works,
Oh, they're
right?
both. Yeah, we can start it. That's how that works. So a bigger army here for the Greenskins, not exactly surprising. But a huge amount of flanking potential, obviously, with these boy biggins.
I think... I feel like Saviour's a little bit light on the damage dealing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Swordmasters are going to be good anti-infantry. And the Sisters as well, if they can get the shots on the right targets, can shred a lot of damage. But there's not really too many... well, I guess he's got Tyrion, too, so... Like, that's something to point out. Like, the Lord advantage is in his favor pretty hard. Like, Tyrion will absolutely destroy Skarsnik if he can get on top of him. But that's a big if, because there are potentially a lot of units in between the two of those.
These Ithamar chariots can do terrible damage to the big guns.
Are they... Wait, why?
If they're... I mean... If they're locked in combat, like, a charge bonus from a chariot from behind can break a unit.
Yeah. I guess that's true. I guess I didn't think about
They
it.
are Tyrion?
They are anti-infantry, though, so they won't get those bonuses to damage. Let me see to what extent they are. Dude, okay, I think we are seeing the Saviour chariot meta. He put his mage on a chariot as well. Tyrion is on a horse, but if he got a chariot mount, I bet he'd put him on a chariot. And we're off.
Now, these Orc Boy big guns do have anti-large, so if they get on the chariot, it could be very bad for Saviour.
Yeah, yeah, probably not his best trade. I think it's clearly going to be this huge Orc army being the aggressor here. Saviour here, I think, really wants to keep those Sisters of Averlorn safe. They will dish out a ton of damage. Probably wanting to get them onto the Trolls. Because they do have fiery attacks, which I do think cancels out regen, and it's anti-armor, and it's just good against them.
I'm a little bit scared. Am I going to be facing Arcanesboon? Oh no.
It seems possible. Here we go, the Sisters of Averlorn getting their first shots off. These chariots are going to charge into the big uns.
Okay, this is a bad play from Saviour. Oh no, look how fast that chariot goes down. They're anti-large cavalry! Revolt! Oh, but this is an excellent spell on the front line of the... Oh! Arcanesboon pulls back at the last second! That Phoenix rose from the ashes and then promptly missed.
Barely misses. Great micro there. Scoots kind of splits his army there. Completely dodges the damage. Not a great start. Here come the Trolls. Now again, that charge bonus is negated by the Ris3n Guard, so... Oh, but they're charging
the
right
Trolls
past. They're going
broke
right
through into the Sisters of Avalorn. They are decent melee combatants, so they will be able to hold on for a little while. And actually, it's going to be enough. Ris3n Guard comes in from behind. Chariots, though, picking off the Swordmasters of Hoeth.
But just look at the numbers here. I mean, this is a hard collapse here from the Orcs. And there's just so many of them. Where is Tyrion during all this? He's not engaged yet. I think he probably wants to be very soon. Skarsnik is a little bit exposed here. He could definitely get into it.
Chariots are chunking down the Sisters of Avalorn. Tyrion does have armor piercing. He could be helping out against the orcs, but he's chasing down these chariots instead. Snotling punk wagons do take a couple of hits. Sisters of Avalorn are trying to get out of melee. They're not going to be successful. The boar boys come in from the back.
They're not going to kill him that quickly, though. And again, the Sisters of Avalorn, they will hold longer than most archers will in melee. Now, they're not great, but they're better than a lot of archer units. But still, just the fact that he's shutting them down from firing is really important. Tyrion's going to go try and help him out.
Saviour holding the front line. Chariot crashes in from the back. The Swordmasters of Hoeth are going to face another Snotling pump wagon charge. And they may... Yeah, they're effectively out of the fight at this point.
Yeah, that was another really good play. Oh, there's another...
Wait, Skarsnik's bogged down on the right. His orc entourage has abandoned him. He's totally surrounded.
And there's a Phoenix spell. Oh, that mercs the left side. Oh, I think Saviour might be pulling this out.
Oh my god, Tyrion's still at full health.
On Skarsnik.
Does he though? Skarsnik's being beat down. He's losing so much health.
Yeah, but he could kill him so quickly. Like if Tyrion gets on there and he's so close, like he could
the anti-infantry chariot survived the boar boys at the beginning of the battle, and it's putting the hurt on Skarsnik. It's down to half health. Tyrion charging to the front line. He's actually going to try and chase down the stone trolls. Boar boys charge in from the back. They're going to get in on the Sisters of Avalorn again. It looks like one unit is very reduced in its fighting capacity.
Alright, the Ithamar chariot super low. And there are still a lot of boar boys. The balance of power still pretty even here, though I think in the favor of the high elves here. What spell is that? Soul Blight, okay. But again, like, I mean, the mage is alive, probably going to be able to get at least one or two more spells off. And Skarsnik is over here fighting Swordmasters, like you said, like, he's going to get destroyed by those really fast, really hard. Remember, this is a win or go to the, oh no, he's fighting them both, actually. Yeah, this is a win or go home, or not go home, but win or go to the loser's bracket fight here for Arcanesboon. Another charge comes in by the boar boys, though.
Oh, yeah, the Sisters of Avalorn are taking out a boar boy with each shot, it seems, though. Okay, some Sisters of Avalorn in melee are actually winning against the orc boys with their help of their friends. Snotling pump wagon being chased down by Tyrion, and Tyrion is going to take it out. Yep, there's the shatter. Boar boys come in, and they should actually lose in melee to this many sisters, especially with the help of Tyrion. The rest of Arcanespoon's forces are reuniting in the background. Oh, excuse me, that wasn't Tyrion. That's his mage on the chariot. My bad. Tyrion's out here man-moding the rest of the army and killing the troll hag.
Yeah, yes he is.
Arcanes...
But, I mean, this is Saviour's game. I mean,
Skarsnik's routed.
Shattered. Yeah.
Skarsnik's shattered.
He's shattered. So are the
That's
trolls.
it.
Everything's shattered. GG.
2-0.
Saviour takes a 2-0 victory. Wow. We'll go on to face Stalax. Saviour Stalax, dude. I'm ready for it.